Hey everybody, welcome to another Ark Valguero survival here. This would be episode 11. I'm starting outside the house here. It's going to be, well, today at least for me, it's December 26th. But I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. I know the videos for that day were a little bit interesting, but yeah. So I didn't actually get a chance in those videos to show off all the Christmas stuff I'd gotten done from Raptor Claws and all of that. And I figured what I could do instead, because I didn't make a Christmas video-esque thing, well, even though with all the stuff around, I thought I'd try and get something set up for New Year's. So what I ended up doing, I'll show off what I have for Christmas, and I'll try and set something up for New Year's, and I'll have the video set up. I just had the timeline wrong for Christmas, so I didn't have anything particular prepared. But as you can see, this is what I ended up doing. Just got the Merry and then the Christmas over there. We got the two trees. Here. I'll show you guys what I ended up doing. It's a shame that I didn't get to show it off, but, you know, it is what it is. I hope everybody had a good holiday. Here, I'll turn my my gamma down, so it's... Oh, okay. Okay, that's too much. That's fine. Oh, actually, that's kind of perfect. So you see, I actually did get enough Christmas lights going all the way around. This was without a cooking pot, but it took a lot of grinding from Raptor Claws. It's actually not hard to craft with a cooking pot. But, yeah, I just wanted to see if I can get chibis and stuff. So, if you guys want any ideas to how many I ended up doing, then, it's not in that one. But, yeah, I got Christmas lights going all around over here. Got stockings with the names of the people playing with us. So, we got me, got Isaiah, and got Antonio. Got presents over here under the tree. Got wreaths. Got some stuff here. Where was it, though? The chibi pets. So these are some chibis. Obviously a lot because, you know, Rose is 6. You guys can do the math. Imagine just one of those per present. And I think the rest are down here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, and if you guys want to do the math, then by all means, but I'm not doing that right now. So I opened up a lot of presents, and which led to a lot of mistletoe and a lot of coal, hoping to get Christmas items. And thankfully I ended up getting a lot more lights, but I didn't get much, you know, of anything else. And then I used the last of what I had to make this little runway here light up. Because we kind of started this series around the holidays, and because it still technically is the holidays, I'm going to leave these up for now. But for those that don't remember from the last episode, we were talking about, because we made the, we got back from our underwater journey. Ow. That's a, yep, with King Shark here. And we made a motorboat. Now, in case anybody's kind of confused, because I did do something to this. What I was talking about was building a mini base in the motorboat. And I'm sure there's some people that's kind of confusing, because obviously it looks a bit different because I put metal foundations on it. By the way, not cheap. I'm going to have to do a lot more grinding for our base. But at the very least, I think I was able to cover this for this episode. So, yeah, gonna need a lot of grinding off camera. Or unless you guys want to see that. If you guys want to see a resource grinding episode, then I could definitely do, or I may do that. But, I mean, it just takes hours and hours of grinding because of all the resources. But as you can see, motorboat, you see the fuel in it. Actually, the fuel goes down very quickly. I don't know why, I'm just holding space. What the heck? Something, no, nothing's nothing with me. Okay, it's just Ark being Ark. Fair enough. But it seems a little weird, and you'd think going inside of it, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do much, but, yeah. I can't even see well, I can see my body, just barely. That's in third person. In first person, it looks like I'm on the floor, but I actually used this trick back when I played on Ragnarok. Just start it up, and you can get right on it. There you are. I mean, it's just like with a platform saddle. You guys saw me place my ballista turret. We'll use that. Coming soon, actually. We'll use that a little bit later. But, I mean, at least for the moment, all I really did was just place down a 3x3 platform of metal foundations, which is about all you can really hope to do, all things considered. Just because you can place it on the speedboat, like, and you can place other things on here, obviously, because just like with a normal foundation. And with the server settings, I don't think I made a capacity, so I can build it up as long as there's actual space for it. Excuse me. But, I mean, it's, yeah. just to give you guys a general idea, I'm gonna plan on stacking this up, and I have some ideas for how we're gonna actually build it up, but get the ball rolling. Off camera, you have to use a smithy to make all these, by the way, in case anybody's curious. I made a lot, and I made way too many of these, but I'm just gonna save those to use for our base because we're not gonna need any more foundations, at least not for this. So take those, take these, take these, take these. Take these. And we're just going to be working on this base today. And, well, actually, no. We'll look at this base today, and I'll show you guys where I'm thinking about planning to make our next one. Because I did some location scouting off camera, just because, you know, just to have, so we're not aimlessly wandering around for an entire episode. I'll still fly around with y'all, and we can still have a peek around the map, but in general, I think I found a place that I'd like to use. Here. For those that don't know what this is a regular metal wall. This is a large metal wall. I'd like to explain what the difference is, just for those that don't know. This is the, wait, let me find where the engine is. Okay, so these I'm just going to place down, just so I know exactly where the entrance is. Yes, I know it's a little uneven. It's how I needed to do it in order to place down 3 foundations, but it's fine. It's not going to bother me but so much. Alright. And then if I do this, essentially what it, oh, well, that's interesting. Apparently you can't place tall metal walls, which are 4x4 of the regular wall. You cannot place them on a platform. That's good to know, but we can use them on our house later, so that actually saves us some materials. Well, yes and no actually, but it's fine. So what we'll do is continue to make the outline here. Because what I plan to do is make this kind of a base. So we're going to need to go back in that trench. It's going to need to happen. And we're going to need more black pearls, among other things. And I plan on dragging Isaiah down with me for the next one. But having this waiting for us on the surface will be very helpful. And actually, do I have that marker? Yeah. I have a general idea of where the entrances and exits are. Because you can tell by those looking at my screen, where you see, in the water, I'm sure there are people that can see, it's more, instead of a lighter blue, it's like a darker teal, and those are the deeper trench entrances. At least I'm 90% sure that's what those are. So it should make it pretty easy for us. Here, I made the door frame and everything just specifically for this. Okay, I know this is going to be a little uneven. I just ask you guys to bear with me here. Because like I said, it was just making it work. That's ceiling. Alright, so I'll finish that, and then I feel like that might be a little short. We can go up one more. I know it seems like I'm building it a little tall, but trust me, we're gonna end up, well, yeah, 3 has to go. And then maybe we'll place one down. We'll see. I'm not gonna have enough walls to go all the way around, and I do plan on stacking this up because, like I said, I have an idea. But we'll see how much we can get done. And if I need to cut this episode, I will, though. I'm going to try and do much of it on camera as I possibly can, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. And here. It is a little glitchy walking around on these, though, I will say. But it's fine. It's honestly not too bad, given what, you know, it actually takes to do this. And, okay, well, you know, that's a thing. Okay, could you not? And that's exactly what I was planning to do. There we are. So you got a little diving board there. That's kind of the... It's not the name of it, and it's not technically what it is, but that's what I plan on using it for, so for those interested. And then... Yep. There we are. For those wondering, how do you get back on and off besides just doing that? Well, let me answer your question for you. It is easy. And then if you need to get on and you need to ride, for those curious. By the way, you will likely need to drive this in third person in order for it to work. Are you kidding me? I know I can ride it. Yeah, I know. It's just a little bit weird. So, be mindful of the fact that you're kind of obstructing your view here. There was one strategy that I used in the past, and I may have to readjust this, all things considered. And that was to use a particular item, because I know sight is going to be kind of a problem here. Greenhouse walls. Yep, you're going to have to use these. Okay, so all that time I spent making those metal walls, I completely forgot about the problem, the underlying problem with them. So, okay. We're going to have to split up. I could have saved all of this metal stuff for when we make our other base, but forgive me, guys. This is about to get... It's ironic that this happens on camera. It's like I don't think about it until I'm actually recording, and then it's just like, oh. It's fine though. It could have been much, much, much worse. We're definitely going to need to make a metal run. Hey, and at least we have a way to use all of our crystal now. Because we have way too much crystal. And for those curious as to what a greenhouse is used for, normally it's used for botany, at least in this game, like for growing plants. And because there are specific plants which do serve a purpose, like you can do any number of things. It's not just... There is not... Nothing in this game does not serve a purpose. So, to better explain that, if I were to... Let me find something. I'll scroll through here and it'll only take me a minute. It's like these, the irrigation systems. That can be used for a toilet, that's mostly used for like cooking pots and like all that other stuff. But, I mean, you also, yeah, feeding troughs, like there, a lot of the stuff, like they as you move forward, you're allowed to automate most things. Including in this process is also with gardening and all of that. Can I can find it. Because I believe sunlight and everything also affects that, but large crop plot. There we are, crop plots and stuff. So you guys can see that there are plants that we can get on the map. Actually, some of them, because I think there's like plant, like something Z or something like that, and it's a plant that once matured attacks enemy dinos. Like there's some really crazy stuff. I mean, it's a game with dinosaurs. Obviously, that some of the plants and stuff would also be prehistoric and be able to fight back. Nothing like a large Venus flytrap or anything like that, as far as I know. But I mean, it's still kind of cool. That's something that we may or may not touch on. Or okay, I'll think about it content-wise, but at the very least, I wanted you guys to know the underlying purpose for greenhouse like stuff. For the walls and all of that. Okay, well, it looks like there's not much more that I'm going to see to do with that. Scrolling down, because it is kind of... It's something you can do, though it's not going to really affect the outcome of your game, but so much. In all honesty. There we are, much better. So, this I'm leaving as is. They could stay all metal for the floor. You got the diving board, you got the 2 ramps. That can stay exactly as it is. I think that looks just fine. But we're going to need to change the walls and the ceiling over to greenhouse so that I can see through it. I completely forgot about that, and that's on me. But, let's see. I can remove that from my inventory. These I'm keeping in my inventory as well, because we'll need those at the very least. I should have cementing paste. There we are. Structures. Greenhouse. How many walls can I need much more crystal, don't I? Yeah. Okay, so I can make a lot of walls, actually. I just need more crystal. And more metal, of course, but... one thing at a time, one thing at a time. I should have a ton of crystal, to be honest. I'll just move all that in there. 504, why not? And then, do you have any extra metal on you that I can borrow? No, you do not. Do I have any extra up here that I was smelting? No, I do not. Man, I am going to need to make a metal run this episode. I may or may not cut out. until I get it done. I mean, we'll see how much we're able to do without cutting it, and then we'll move forward from there. Because I know I'm going to at least need, if it's a 3x3. Okay. 11, 22, 33 for the first level, and then the ceilings. I'm going to need 8. Okay, well, let's move forward with this first. Kind of doing math in my head as far as the dimensions of the house and how much exactly I'm going to need. Okay, I'm not going to have nearly enough. I think metal is going to be what I'm running out of here. Yep, and I'm not even gonna... I'll show you guys how this looks. It'll only take a few seconds for it all to finish anyway. Anything else in my inventory need to be messed with? No, nothing in particular. I'm gonna need some more food though, so... yeah. Just so I don't end up starving. As you can see, our fridge is coming quite in handy, because just so you guys know, it's been a few days since I originally put this cooked meat in there, and look how much we still have. Just to put that into perspective, it's only gone down by 1. I mean, it also has to do with how much time the server's been up and how much time I've spent on here, but at the very least, that gives you a general idea of how long your stuff will last. You know? As convenient as those dino walls are, I am going to appreciate not having them around at my next base. Or at the very least, they'll be farther away. Although, if you guys do remember from like the first few episodes, they've definitely served a purpose. I just don't need them anymore. Look at that. Look at that. They're pretty cool. They're designed to be like a regular greenhouse. So you got the glass windows and all of that stuff. And what it's meant to do is let in natural sunlight so it helps improve plant growth, I believe. Not helps promote it, but I mean it's like I'm 90% sure that's, you know, why the structure looks like this. Oh, okay, I'm very grateful I did not place the wrong one. I mean, I could have picked it back up, but saves me a bit of time. Alright, we'll have enough to finish most of this, so it looks pretty good. And just so you guys can see the difference, in case you guys are, you know, wondering why did I do all this. Look at that. Look at that. I can see through it. It's not like crystal clear, but I mean, unlike metal walls, if you make a base out of greenhouse, and even if it's bigger than your field of vision, as long as you can see through it, there's not a problem. Because I've done it, and it's worked. And you may be wondering why I'm making a mobile water base. Well, here's the thing. Even if I do end up moving somewhere where it's not connected to water, I am still going to be using this base. It still has a lot of useful items. I'm not breaking it all down, at least not immediately. And it's still connected to my friend's house. So at the very least, it can be able transportation for us on our diving trips. It can be able transportation over to our friends. And it can be, you know, we can even use it for trips for supplies. I mean, there's other supplies that you can get underwater. And I'm sure there's more to explore in that cave that we were at than what we just went for. And I might look into that in a bit, but just so there's any questions answered as to why this is relevant and all. Even if it's not relevant, it's cool. We're literally building a mobile fortress on the water. I think that's pretty cool. But we'll keep working at it. Okay. And we're also not going to use... There's like almost no point. Can I just... Seems like such a waste to do this, but I mean, I'm not going to be Not going to be using it. Wait, what am I low on? I'm low on crystal. Oh. I actually went through all of that crystal. I did not think that would happen. Okay. Well then, that's pretty interesting. No, I have plenty in here. Take 300. That shouldn't affect much. Or roughly 300. Take 2 from there. I believe I got all I could from there. So let's check and see what we got down here. Looks like crystal might have to become part of our standard runs now. That's interesting. Not a problem, because honestly crystal is not hard to get. At least now that I know where to find it. Here. What I'll do is I'll craft one of these. One of these. I'm not crafting these because I don't need them. I'll craft, I have 22, I'm going to need one more of these. And then exactly 11. So. Right? I think I'm going to need 12. If I have an extra, guys, well, I'm going to end up using it on the second floor. Because, yes, this is not going to be a 1-story base. It's not going to be a 2-story. It'll probably be a 3-story base with the roof being essentially serving the same purpose ours is, which is for birds. At least that's my general plan. Though, I'm going to organize it very similarly to what I've done in the past. But that's just because it's just smart to do it that way. And you guys will obviously see what I mean once we get the ball rolling here. It's convenient how fast this has all been done. And it's almost done, and like 3, 2, 1, there we are. Gonna need a lot more crystal, and more metal, of course, but cementing paste is never going to be a problem again, but I mean, you're still gonna need plenty of raw resources. Like when I said we were going to need more resources, and that this was a grindy game, and you thought because we had industrial stuff we were even close to done, no! That is not how this game works. Look at that. It's not completely even. For those that it bothers, sorry. But it looks... Actually, no. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, I understand that it's not even, but it almost lines up, and it actually doesn't bother me too much. I think I can live with it. For those that can't, oh well, I worked with the space that I had. That's fine. As long as I can see through this, and as long as it serves as a decent base, then I'm not going to be bothered by it. Look at that. Perfect! And now for what I was thinking for next. So, oh, did I place that one too low? Yes, I did. Well, how does that look? I think, do we have enough space with just 2 levels? Is it too tall otherwise? Oh, wow. What did I do? Okay. I thought I glitched for a second. I was trying to figure out what exactly I'd done. Is that too high? Or too low? Is that too low? I think I'm actually okay with that. I think 2 is fine for the first one. I was kind of against it at first, but I actually don't think it's terrible. Could obviously be better, but I mean, this amount of space should be fine, all things considered. I mean, I don't think we'll be doing but some basic stuff on the first level. Second level will probably need to be a bit taller because I have stuff planned. And then for the third, it won't really matter because it'll be the roof. So, okay. I think for the first one, this is fine. Definitely gonna need more. This is what I was thinking for these. Ooh. Can I still pick these up? Nope. Oh, man. Oh well. I guess I'll have to use my idea on the last floor. Which isn't the worst thing ever. You know? It's like I should save her for a corner spot, but seems like it's kind of in the way, and it probably is at least a little bit. But I mean, I don't like the way that it looks. I have to pick it up. Can I pick this up still? Yep. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it. Yep. I don't like the way that it looks if I leave it like that. That one will bother me. It just seems like it's too close to the center, so I might try and get it in the corner or something. We'll see. I can make something work. Could you not? At least for the moment. This is what it looks like at first person, and then third person. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, and obviously, hopefully you guys can see what I mean. I mean, there's probably a more convenient way to do this. And greenhouse floors look interesting, but I mean, like, or they're not floors because there's no foundation, but the ceilings look interesting. It'd actually be cool to walk on because I can see what's beneath me. But I mean, the purpose is for traveling. I mean, just to show you guys. Putting a base is not really going to slow you down with so much. I mean, there might be a difference in speed. If there is, I don't really notice it. And if the game's proportionate just doesn't really show it or really care, then I guess it's even better for me. So, I mean, it's pretty handy. Once I build it taller, I won't be able to see over it like I am now, but as you can see, like even just looking through the greenhouse, I could still see where I'm going. And right now it's nighttime as well, so during the daytime it'll be even clearer. And as long as you can see the immediate area you're going to, I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And since I'm inside my base automatically, well, okay, could you not? Can I close that now? Oop. And if I set a pin code, that's actually pretty handy. If I set a pin code, then this whole base will only be accessible by me. I mean, so I'm the only one that can drive it, I'm the only one that can get inside it, and the only way somebody or something could get in is if it's broken. And if you're probably curious, it's like, well, couldn't they just come in like on the roof like they do with this base? Because even though every time he comes over, I still open up the front door for Isaiah, because he's for those that don't know, he's part of another tribe on the server, because we separated ourselves out to make it at least a little more interesting. But technically speaking, they can come down right here, but that same thing does not work if you have one specific thing. And I'll show it for the greenhouse one. Or is there not one for the greenhouse? There's not one for the greenhouse. Okay. Okay. So there's trapdoors. I'm going to obviously be making this out of metal then, if there's not a greenhouse one. I want to make most of it matching, but oh well. Basically what this is used for is to allow you to go up and down various, go up and down, basically going up and down a hole, kind of like a window space, and you lock it like a window. So it's the same exact process. I have some on the first floor, so it's pretty easy to showcase. It's just like this, except it's above you, and you can use it to go in between your floors, and of course, just like a window, you can lock it, so it makes it even more secure than it already was. I mean, greenhouse stuff isn't the strongest in the game. I mean, you guys can probably tell from durability. I mean, this stone wall, let's find a regular stone wall and just look at the durability. 10,000 durability, okay? We're going to look over there, and it's probably like 20,000, something like that. I don't know. Metal, I know, is going to be very high, but yeah, 15,000 for metal, which doesn't seem that high, but considering how much damage you see our dinos do, yeah, it's a lot. These are going to be 2,000, so a lot less. Greenhouse stuff is not, you know, it's mostly made of glass, so I'm not expecting it to be the highest durability on the planet, but just so you guys know what we're dealing with, I mean, 6,000 metal ramp. Like, this has more durability than, like, these two ramps and this right here have more durability than probably this entire thing right here. Actually, no, they don't, but it's close. It's close. It's relatively close. It's more than half for these three items. So, I mean, just keep that in mind. I just do it because it makes it possible for me to see through. It's not the most durable thing on the planet. If you're looking to make a durable base, I recommend tech first if you've unlocked it, if you can even do it at that point. But, I mean, where you're at least moving mid to late game, metal is definitely your best friend. So that's what we're making our next base out of. But at least for this one, greenhouse is going to be what we're doing. Alright. How are you doing on food? I haven't checked on you in quite a while. Yeah, as you can see, I have not worked with my bird in a while. Alright, let's go ahead and drop all the hide. Drop all the stone stuff. Drop that. Got spears, slingshots. I mean, I'm just trying to clear out some of this dude's inventory. Cloth. Drop all of this. I'm just going to take this, man, and just go for a ride. Just go get some crystal. I'll take you guys with me, just because I actually found a new little area, and I'd like to go back to it. And it'll also allow me to show you guys where I thought about making a house. So, kill two birds with one stone. What is that? Oh, that's probably the obelisk. Okay, I'm 99% sure that's the obelisk. Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. I was like, wait, what is that icon right there? Yep. Okay, those are the marks for the obs. Got it. Got it. Because you guys see the weird engraving on the ground. Actually, how is my oil rig doing? I should check on that while I'm here. There it is. Simply because that thing's been running for a while. I mean, it may only have a few hundred oil, but I mean, I can turn that into gasoline and just... Because I'm going to need to fill up my speedboat. It's going to need to happen because we used it on an excursion already. That's why it's a little bit lower. Just probably saw it. Yep, look at that. And it'll infinitely keep building it up till this whole thing's full. That's splendid. Okay, I'm going to leave you running, and I'll actually come check on that at the end of the episode, and you guys can see the progress. I mean, the more you have, the more profit, or I guess the more advantageous it is to have those. But, I mean, and there are more around the map. I'm just not going to bother to track down all of them and put down oil rigs to every single one of them and fly back to all of them. That's just going to be a tedious process. I should have brought my quets, actually, all things considered. But it'll be fine. Alright. Yep. Character's not too happy that I'm in the heat at the moment. We're flying over here to this corner of the map. So the next base the next place I thought I would like to build a base is over here by Green Ob. And it's actually more over this way. So it's behind Green Ob instead of in front. It's farther away from most of the water on the map. But it is more advantageous for us than our current base. Our current base is on a small island, and although it's very good for a starting area, like I would recommend it to just about anybody that's also choosing to play this map, if they really just want a safe bet area. I mean, I died from piranhas a lot, and I have to deal with a lot of aquatic if you fall in the water, but I mean, in general, there's not too much that spawns near the base. And it's a good locale just to have a base, like, and literally surrounded by water. Like, so you're pretty well protected. Can I, let me mess with my gamma because this is going to trip me out otherwise. Oh, wow, that changes the experience completely. It's like, let's deal with this. And suddenly everything's pretty. There is such a thing as too bright. Okay, I need to fly up. As I can see through my bird's face. That's fantastic. Chill out. Alright, I need to fly higher. Alright, so it's actually probably closer to the... Alright. There it is! Okay, just wanted to make sure. I'll try and mark it on the map, though I actually had some trouble placing markers before. Look at that. It looks like a... oh, those are ruins. So for those curious what exactly it is I'm looking at. Those are ruins. You see that broken down bridge? This particular area of the map seems to be full of ruins. And I don't quite understand why. Like why this, I mean, I know Redwood is kind of more prevalent for having more ruins and like more of these areas, but it's just cool. It is just cool. What is, okay, that's just a mountain over there. So as you can see over here, there's a castle. And I found 2 locations over on this side of the map that I thought would be quite interesting to make a base. I'll wait till we get over here. I'll just, you know, scroll and look around. Look at all this stuff. Like it's, I know this area of the map has a lot higher level dinos, that it has a lot more things that can kill you, and there's more problems involved as far as like dangers. But it's just so gosh darn pretty. Like, look at all of it. It's just nice. It is just nice. There's so much to it. I actually am kind of curious. What is down here? Yeah, I got a Therizino over there. Look at that. Did I just find a underground cave? And I found it on video! Yay! What the heck? This is cool. This is really cool. Had not found this, believe it or not. What the heck? That's really pretty. What is this going up to? Because if there are resources right under here, that would make me want to make my base here even more. These resources, being closer to resources is definitely an advantage, and really not one you can really ignore. Alright, so we got the metal there. Yep, we got the stairway there. Let me go ahead and put my parachute over there just so I can, on the off chance I accidentally press E, I'm not screwed. Let's see. Look at this. So this is a castle. Well, it's just a castle ruins. It's not like it's anything in particular that's too special, but it's definitely cool. So if we come here to the foot of it, it's broken down, and I'll actually run around and I'll leave my bird here. That I would have gotten thrown off, and that could have been real. Actually, can I even get under here? Yeah, I just need to crouch. Okay, I was about to say, like, that's interesting. Okay, bird. I just need you to chill. RG. Alright. Let's go ahead and jump around here. I thought about making a base over here. I'll show you guys the different floors and show you guys what I'm thinking. Because as I've talked about before with Isaiah while we've been on call, I mean, as we're planning for bosses and stuff, we're going to need space to raise dinos for breeding, but we're going to need a contained area to hold a lot of them, but it's going to need to be big. Because, like I said, one of the main reasons I want to move... What the heck? There's something... We'll get to that in a minute. One of the main reasons I want to move is because of the fact that we're running out of space. I mean, in our yard, like, I mean, you obviously saw I was able to cryopod them, and sure, that helped a little bit, but I'd like not to trap all of my dinos in cryopods and keep them in there forever. I'd like to actually have a place to keep most of the cool ones, at least, or the ones that are actually useful. I mean, dinos, most of the dinos in this game are really cool to tame, okay? They're really cool dinos, but, I mean, in some cases, there's just not really a purpose for them in the end game, though. I mean, and sure, keep those cryopoded, or sure, save them for later. I mean, just so they can serve another purpose, but, I mean, I'd like to have a place to store our dinos, and or at least to move them in and out of, in general. Because each of these rooms could be dedicated to a different dino. I mean, most dinos would be able to move around pretty freely in here, besides like T-Rexes and some of the bigger ones, in which case we'd keep them on the ground level. But I think you guys are seeing where I'm going with this. Like, as we go up each floor, like, this is a massive area. Far larger than we can build. Yeah, this is a far larger structure that, even though it's in ruins, it's far larger than what we could build with, foundations. And just in general, like, it's so much more than what we can normally do. So what I thought I'd do, because we can't technically, I don't believe, at least here, I'll try it. Do we have anything we can place down? Yes, I do. I don't think we can place, yeah, no. Because there is no snap point. Okay, so that's the reason why. Do I have anything normal that I can try snapping down? I do. This. I can't do anything with this. There's no snap point. This is not a foundation. There's nothing here. But I can use it mainly, and I'm saying mainly, as a storage for my dinos. And that would be kind of the purpose I'd want it to serve. And if I come up here to the roof, as you guys see, there's literally a structural way for me to climb each level. This place is massive. If I wanted to, I could keep all of our flyers out up here, actually, not most. This place is massive. And if I come in here, look at this. I could use this for, well, I could use this as kind of the main room. I mean, in general. And the roof is where I'd plan to build our base. So I'm not going to go back all the way down to get my dino and just fly up there, because I'll just do this. I have these, might as well use them. Grappling hooks are amazing to me. And if you come up here, I can place down foundations up here. And look how much room we have. You don't have any idea the massive base I can make with this. If I make 2 to 3 floors on top of this, holy crap, I'm going to need so much metal, but we'll never need another base again. And because of how big the structure is, we will have more than enough space to store our dinos. Okay, wow. I overdid it. That's my bad. Holy crap. That was almost real bad. I had no clue how far I was going to fall down. Whoops. That's what happens when your movement speed's too high. But, I mean, it's close to resources. As you saw, literally at the base of this hill, there's a place for us to get iron. But there's another place, and that's actually where I was going to collect from. I just wanted to show you guys this place on the way. And on the way, you guys will also see some of the dinos, because there are some stronger, that would be an understatement, but there are some stronger dinos around here. I'm also going to get hungry a lot faster, and I'm pretty sure that has to do with my armor, so let me take my chest piece off. There you are, and now my water won't run out as fast. Look at that. I mean, this is cool. I mean, if I really feel just too lazy to wait, then I could hop around. It really won't do anything to my health. I mean, and there was that underground stairway over here. Let's go see what's down here. I am quite curious. Yeah. Chill out. What is down here? What the heck? This is neat. That is sick. It's like a secret underground entrance there. And obviously my bird is up there. I can place runners down here. There's so much that I can use the space utility-wise. You know what? I might have decided on this just by trying to explain it to y'all. But let's test the range on this. I actually haven't seen how far I can. Isn't this convenient? I don't need to climb all the way back up. No. All I need to do, simply walk over here to my bird and get rolling. So as you guys can see, this is the base I was kind of mainly considering. I mean, it's in the middle of all of this. And it's massive. And there are places nearby where we can keep dinos for you know, I might keep our aquatic, that's the word, aquatic dinos over at our other base just because it's right on the water. But I mean, you can also keep some down here as well. Like there's some tough dinos out here though. Like if I come over here, are those sarcos? Nah. Like there's leeches, there's sarcos, there's a lot of dinos that we actually haven't gotten the chance to see in the series yet, just because they live in different environments. So and there's still plenty in other biomes as well. But I mean, if we move over here, and we probably inevitably are moving somewhere over here, then you guys will start to see some dinos that you really haven't seen yet because we haven't been living or around that much in other biomes. Look at that. Got some interesting choices. Maybe we won't finish the raft this episode, and what I'll do is I'll just grab the materials, and between episodes, I'll gather them all, because I meant to do that, but obviously, you know how to make it, change your plans. And, man, that's really pretty. Here, let's go to the other location that I found. And between episodes, I'll gather what should be all that we need. And then if we still need more during that episode, then I'll grind the rest. But, I mean, this episode's going to be so long if I'm legitimately going to be grinding it out. All this episode, especially finishing it off. So what I'll do, like I said, I'll do that. We'll finish location scouting this end to end this episode off. And then, yeah. Next episode, like I said, we'll finish that off, and then we'll go from there. Because we'll probably end up starting on our next base afterwards. Because there's not too much more than I want to do at our base, all things considered. Wow. That ended quickly. They were completely outmatched. Wait, did they get the meat off the bodies? No, we did. Alright. So there is one area I wanted to go, and I think it was over here? Question mark. I think it was 3090. Oh, that means I would go back this way. You're probably curious as to why I'm homing over this way, and it's because there's a specific area I want to find. Why does it all just look green now? I don't know. I don't like that. It's fine. I mean, the forest is green, but it's just, it looks like there's a lime coloring over it. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. So, for those curious, this space also serves another purpose. Like, it's like, what about that entrance to Aberration? Well, right beneath the castle almost, because this actually isn't too far away from it at all. Gotta be careful. This is actually another entrance into Aberration. As you can see, I'm not gonna go all the way down, but it comes right about out where the green circles are. Because my frames are dropping as I'm going down there. We'll plan something around that, because I still plan to go down there with my friend, so that we can go in that radioactive area, so you guys can see what's going on down there, so we can see. But if we come all the way back up here, this is the area I was trying to show you all. Literally just uphill from that area, there's metal and obsidian galore, just all up here. And it's look at this, so much. It's like all super condensed, but it's beautiful to see. Here. Gamma definitely going up before. I know you guys keep seeing me change my gamma, but that's just to make the picture look a bit better for y'all. It doesn't really serve any other purpose than that. Look at this. So much metal. We're definitely going to have more than enough for the, finish off the greenhouse. Don't know about, I have no idea if we're going to have enough to finish our regular house up, because we're going to need a lot. Like, I'm sorry, like, that's probably going to be an episode and a half. I'll probably end up doing at least half an episode of grinding on camera, because that's going to be so much metal, guys. Like you guys saw how big that castle was. If that's where we end up making our base, then geez, we're gonna need a lot, because I do plan to make at least 2 levels on that roof, and the amount of foundations that we are going to need is going to be absurd. The 44 that we have is probably not even going to be a third of what we need, realistically. We'll fill my bird up, though. I mean, this cave should actually do most of it. Then we'll just need crystal. And we will go back to that side of the map, because there's a side of the map that I usually use, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with what I'm talking about, that I use for both metal and crystal, and we are going to go there this episode. I just wanted to come over here, show you guys the area. I'll show you guys one other area, too. Like I said, there's one more area that I was considering over here. It's possible that I make my base in another biome besides this one. It's just this one, there's so much to it. There's so much to look at, and it seems so promising resource-wise. Because Redwood, I believe, does have more... Actually, no, I can't say that. I don't know if for certain that Redwood has more like resources such as metal and gold, or not gold, but just metal and obsidian and stuff like that. But it seems to me that it does. And I mean, the snow biome that's right next to us is always going to have a ton of polymer because we can get organic polymer from different creatures, and I'll explain that in a different episode when we get around to it. And I mean, obviously there's a ton of convenience in being able to have that around. Okay, can you not do that? And also oil. Because for some people may be curious as to why I'd consider moving away when I literally have oil all around my base and I have all these resources close. Like, trust me, it's all right next to this as well. We got organic polymer, which is essentially what we were using cementing paste to make in the first place. And I basically already have an infinite cementing paste now, so it's not really that big of a deal. But even if I didn't have the chemistry bench, I mean, there are dinos that you can kill that give you organic polymer, which expires over time, but realistically, I mean, it's kind of worth the trade. Because cementing paste that you would normally use to craft it anyway, so it's, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm 99% sure. Could be mistaken. But either way, we got that. We got plenty of oil because snow biome's always prevalent with oil. At least it is in most maps, so I'm not sweating that. And we have all the resources that we should need. I mean, there should be tons of crystal over here as well. I just gotta find the location for it. And we probably will be flying back to our old location, which actually is further away now. But actually, is it though? Yes, it is. It's definitely further away. But I mean, as we tame other dinos and get more Quetzals, I'll just fly over with multiple and we can get more done in one trip. Because if you guys remember, the smeltery can hold 100 item slots. And imagine if we got 100, or not, okay, technically it would have to be 99 because at least one of those slots would be taken up by gasoline, but you get my point. Imagine if 99 of those were taken up by 300 slot for metal. That would be absolutely crazy, and it would be more than we could use. Realistically. I mean, we could totally use it all, but I mean, it would take a lot of time and a lot of resources, or a lot of crafting to get rid of all of it. Oh my goodness, lag drop. Okay, lag spike. So let's go ahead and kill this Bronto. There should be higher level stuff around here, so just 55. Okay, that's roughly about the same we'd see back at home, so that really didn't help prove my point. Since we're still next to Green Knob, maybe that's it. But anyway, I've seen higher level stuff around here. Sort of like that. Let's go ahead and head over to this mountain here. We'll see if we can find some crystal. I know there is crystal around here in some of these ruins, but it's not enough to actually, you know, go hunt it down. It is very cool. I do like seeing all the waterfalls and all these cool aesthetics. This is probably one of the coolest areas. I was hoping I'd pass by it. Like, I passed by this and I asked Isaiah if there was any significance to it because, I mean, although we're both fairly new to this map, he knows more about different Ark lore and different things than I do. This area is so sick. I wish I was able to build my base right in front of this, though it's, I mean, it wouldn't be much. But, like, look at that. It's just so pretty. This is just glorious. I mean, it's... Okay, I'm really dehydrated. Birds over there, I'm fine. Okay, we're going to water. Drink the water. Look at that. Got a fish. If only it was like a yin-yang thing, it'd be perfect for the area. Just have like a koi pond over here. Like, it would be the full layout. It'd be a lot cooler that way too, but I mean, it's still really sick. I'm very close to just using a grappling hook. Hello, Mr. Therizino. Hello, Santa. Alright, gonna go. Okay. I believe. That's what I'm talking about. Believe, and there we are. Cool. Alright, so this is what I was trying to show y'all. After, like, look at that, like, it's like, just like, you just imagine there's things like some kind of, you'd think there'd be something else here, but there's not. Like, look, okay, I fell over, but Like, looking around, there's literally nothing here. But it's just the coolest thing. Aesthetically, it's just so cool. Like, maybe that's just me nerding out about it a little bit, but I just think it looks so cool. Like, I have appreciation for this kind of aesthetic. And then over here, you got kind of a shrine. And it says, for those who have ascended. And I'm assuming that's a tribute to the dead. But if anybody else knows what this is, in particular what it's supposed to represent, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Just because this is very cool. This all is very cool. And there's obviously was something more to it when they built it, considering there's literally little like statues, and you got jerboas, and actually a Microraptor, and whatever the heck this is. You kind of look like a ferret, but I have no clue what dino that is. But I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool. You've got kind of like the mystical vibe. I should go for that. But I need to resist. Like, look, and you just follow the trail of ruins, and it looks so cool. I mean, you could think of this as water vapor or fog or whatever, but it looks so cool. Just to see it all come together. See, I want to go get presents, but that's like... I mean, this episode's gonna drag on so long if I just go hunting for presents. I got all the lights that I want. There are still a few chibis that I want, and I definitely want the cryopods. But like, I'll collect those between episodes. I mean, you may see me pick one or two up while recording because I'm recording this several days before a few days before the year actually ends. Because I think it's the 26th, right? Yeah. I mean, the event's not ending until January 7th, I believe. So realistically, I mean, depending on how fast we keep pushing things, it's hard to say how long he'll actually be in the videos. Maybe for another 10, 15, I have no idea. Because of how much recording I'm getting done, but... Hope you guys enjoying the content, though. Alright. Wait, I'm passing over this right here. Does this have any crystal on it? I'll check while I'm passing by. Got some RGs. I see the metal right there. Okay. Got a lot of metal. I will stop by here for that. Like I said, we just like crystal, we need more metal. So I will not ignore that. Go bird, I believe in you. If he attacks you, then you're free to attack him. That's all I'm saying. Alright. Alright, let's drop all this stone and go drop this off my bird because I'm sure I have plenty on me for... Alright, you need to leave me alone. I know exactly what you see, and it's not going to end well for you. Like I said, did not end well for you. He only has a certain amount of item slots, so I'm not sweating that too much. Health, weight. I guess I'll increase melee. I mean, like I said, I mean, even with all the metal I'm going to be throwing onto this man, there's really no need for me to upgrade his weight anymore. He's not a bird. I mean, he's a bird designed to where, I mean, you can increase his weight, and you can use him, use one or a pack of them just to carry your materials back to base. But I'd much rather use a Quetzal for that. And perhaps I should have brought mine for this run, but even though it's not too much faster, an Argentavis is much faster. Oh, and just so I can comment on it now, in one of the earlier episodes in the series, there'd been a conversation between me and my friends about why an Argentavis might have been more desirable than a Pterodon, and there was a comment my friend made about being able to level up the movement speed, and I changed my comment, but yeah, no, he was wrong. You cannot level up the movement speed of an Argy. He was thinking of another dino more than likely, So, I mean, if you're looking for speed, I would recommend a Tapajara. If you're looking for something above a Pterodon. If you're looking for carry weight, then yes, Argentavis is still so much better. But, I mean, realistically, it's up to preference. It's literally all preference. Everybody's going to play this game differently, and that's, you know, it helps keep the game unique in the first place. I don't think there's any more metal up here, is there? Oh, there's this. Oh my goodness, lag. Alright. Let's go ahead and toss the metal that we got onto this man. We'll go ahead and fly over for the crystal because I mean we're killing a lot of time here that we don't need to. I thought maybe we'd find some crystal or something, but it does not look like it. At least not over here. So let's go look in a different spot. We know over by the spider boss is a good area for it, so we'll look around. We'll look around. Actually, we could drop what we have back off at base and just use a Pterodon since I'm just going for crystal. Well, I want metal and crystal. That's a tough call. Alright. What I'll do is I'll fly back to base, I'll drop off the metal that we have, and then I'll just use a Quetz because I have no question in my mind that we're going to end up picking up a bit more. Oh wait, I forgot to show you guys the other... No, it's fine. The main area that I showed you guys, the castle, was the main one I was worried about. I mean, if you guys like that area, then let me know. I mean, I may end up using it. I'll try and fly back over there on a faster dino at the end of the episode just to show you the second area. I kind of just got sidetracked by all the resources. Trying to focus on 2 or 3 things at once. But, let's see. We should be fine. Yeah, we're almost there. Could you put that away? Okay. So it looks like my game is currently messing with me and I cannot put away my tools. That's interesting. Yep, and now I'm back to max food. Yeah, definitely taking my Quetz out. I would love if before the series is over we're able to find another tech Quetz, though I don't believe that's going to happen. I really wish I'd got that tame on recording as well, but so early on and it was out of the blue. I mean, I've already explained it. It's just, yep. Dare to dream, I guess. Alright, let's get this over here. There we are. Put the metal. Oh, I can't even put them in there, thank goodness. I was like, I'm kind of worried about putting those in there and having to worry about that. But this will also help me because they'll have time to smelt while I'm gathering other resources. Oh, I completely spelled that wrong. Can we not? I think that's all the metal. Oh, almost all of it. I'll put the obsidian down in the fabricator while I'm running around. Look at that. That's from a pretty quick run. So, I mean, we got about 5,000-ish metal. I mean, that's pretty good, in my opinion, for just, you know, a quick run. We're gonna leave you over here. Get him on the runway. I mean, I think I made it look pretty cool with the Christmas lights. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I wish I had one more row so that they matched, but I mean, I do like it. And if we see a Quetz over there, then you guys might see a Quetz tame this episode. It just depends. I'm gonna upgrade your weight a bit. I really wish we had a better weight, but nothing I can do about it. Well, there is something technically, but here. Let's see how we're doing on time before I continue flying on here. Holy crap, we're at an hour. Okay, did not realize we'd gotten that far. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will get the grinding done between episodes. I'm going to put my bird back. We got plenty of metal for you guys just to come follow me in the grind for me to show you where the location is. Had that much time not passed, I might have done a little more, but hey. This episode's dragged on just a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly him back down here. Put that map away. And get on the pterodon. Just like the last one, this episode's going to be a little longer, but I want to show you guys that location before we end it all. So, actually, I'll show you guys the oil, too, just before this episode finishes off. Because now that we got the pterodon, we can get over here a bit faster. Look at that. Got another, I think that's another 100 because it was on 72 before. So, yeah, that quickly, guys. Even though it was about half an hour ago, so every half hour or so, the server's up and I'm on here, it's about 100. That's not too bad at all. My math might be a little off there, but you guys kind of get the gist. It's a pretty effective and efficient system that runs independently and you don't need to touch it, and it just infinitely gathers your resources till its inventory is full. So, I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I'm actually going to check these beacons out, though. This video is probably going to end up being like an hour, like going to an hour and a half. But there we are, metal window. Why not? I know it's not one that I learned, so I'll take it. Kind of want to go for that red beacon. And because we're on a pterodon, I will, just because we move so much faster on a pterodon. Had I tried taking an RG or my Quetz out to this, this episode would have definitely been over an hour and a half. And look, long episodes aren't a bad thing, and I don't have a problem with them running over to a point. But, I mean, if it drags on too long, watch time and everything kind of affect that. How long I'll let episodes be, and of course your preferences also. I mean, arc episodes are never going to probably be beneath a half hour. I'm sorry, it's just so much happens and so much needs to happen per episode that they're just never going to fall under an hour. I do believe it's impossible for me. I mean, unless I'm doing so much cutting in the video feed that you guys are just seeing like small key parts, and even then I feel like you're losing so much content. So it's, I mean, episodes, well, I'm going to try to keep them at about an hour's length. Like probably about 45 minutes is what I'd said before, and that's realistically what I'd like to keep doing, but I mean, in general, it always rides above that. At least it has been. This actually isn't a terrible area. I might consider making a base here, because it's like right next to what looks like Pride Rock, for those that get that reference. I hadn't looked at this area, so I'll spend a few minutes. I mean, for a house, typically you need a big open space, and that forest area that's literally right there doesn't really have that. So it actually might be worth making a base over here in the plains, especially if there's resources as well. We'll see. And there's more islands. I mean, yeah, okay. That's a cool, neat looking space. I mean, if I break those rocks, then I can place stuff down there. Like, this area looks pretty neat. I mean, once again, like, I'd like some feedback. Because, like, this is certainly an area that I'd consider. There's definitely utility for just about anywhere that I build my base, as long as there's water nearby and, of course, resources. And even if I'm a little ways off from where I was looking before, it's still relatively close to everything. So, share your opinions. I mean, I'm listening to what everybody's gonna say. It won't necessarily deter what exactly I'm gonna plan, but oh, it's right. This is right on Beaver Island, right? Yeah. That's right on Beaver Island. I didn't even notice for a minute. Ha! Ha ha ha. So that's just the land around that. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of dangerous to make my base there, considering I'd probably still loot them, and then they just follow me back to my base and start trying to destroy it. My dinos would kill them, but every time I go there, I try not to kill the beavers, just because I just try to collude it and then disappear, just because I don't want to kill them. Oh, that's cool. Got a pterodon. What level are you? Oh, well, I'm not going to bother with it. I try not to kill them just because I don't know respawn rate, and I don't know how it'll affect resources in the future. So I just try not to mess with it but so much. This is cool. After trying to... This is kind of like... I feel like walking up the High Hrothgar in Skyrim. If I try to walk on this instead of flying this dino, it's just a long stairway. Is it leading to disappointment or something cool? That's the question. Oh, I'm just way too curious a person. There actually is crystal here. I can use that. And a beehive. Not going to be messing with that. So I guess you could say my curiosity kind of paid off, but at the same time. There really wasn't that much crystal. Oh well. Doesn't appear like there's literally anything else here, though. Oh! Oh, I thought there was more crystal for a moment. I was about to be like, yay, cool. But no, not quite so lucky. Alright, let's go fly upwards. And we'll see if I can find that area. I think this is it right here. Ha! That's actually also funny. This is another area I'd considered. It's relatively close to where we made our, where I was thinking about before. But what I was planning on doing was clearing away all of these rocks and just making a big base out here. And having the dinos right next to it, and I could keep all the flyers either on the last level, or I could even... Well, no, I wouldn't want to knock this area down because it's on a slope, so I wouldn't be able to place that many foundations. But I mean, down here I could. It's level enough to where I should still be able to place quite a few. And as long as I clear away the rocks and resources, I mean, it's a solid area, all right? It's more on the more ground level, and I mean, it's I was gonna say boots on the ground, but that doesn't even sound right. It's a very leveled area, and it's around everything. And unlike the castle, just like my base, it doesn't have any source of protection. And I know the base I was thinking about, or I showed you guys first, technically doesn't either, but because of where it's located, it also has its conveniences. Having to stop myself to think about what I'm trying to say. But, I mean, it's, yeah. Keep knocking down trees. I mean, there's some cool areas around here, but as you can, that texture is just all wrong. I'm sorry. I mean, you got the snow biome right there. Oh, I can see it from over here. I mean, you got all of this. It's just not easy to make a base in the forest. Because there's, I mean, I could always make a tree fort. These, if you guys look it over. Like wooden metal tree platform. Like, this thing is massive. I could make a base tree to tree if I really wanted to. And there is some utility in that. And redwood is basically the only place you really can do that and still have some utility. So if you guys want me to, I technically can. Or I can make a side base that has that going for it as well. Because there are things from Aberration also in here that I could use in incorporating that. But I mean... Here, let's see. Yeah, I heard a monkey. Another little companion. That's a red raptor. That's pretty... That's a tech raptor. That's also pretty cool. What level are y'all's? Oh, I see y'all. Oh, they're low levels, man. If they were high levels, I would go for them in a heartbeat. Not too worried about them, though. Got a blue... I mean, there's technically areas I can make a base. In the middle here. It's just nothing too advantageous. Nothing like those. Like, one is overlooking a cliff, and that would obviously be a good launch point, and then one is literally in the middle of everything, and is a literal freaking castle. Like, look at this. The difference between the two, or I guess the main creative difference, which would be where I'd also have to think about, is that one, I'd be building from scratch, and one base would technically already be pre-built, and I know some people aren't okay with that as creators. I personally don't have a problem with it, because like I said, it has utility. And in some cases, I do have a problem with it. But because I want to have a base in this particular biome, and because of what it includes, and because of the limited space, this much land, like you can, I believe you can also see, can you see this on the map? I don't even know if you can see it on the map. I believe you should be able to if it's this big. But anything that we could build on that cliff is not going to be half this big. I mean, it just won't be. So, I mean, I think I may have decided on this, but like I said, I'll at least listen to I'll at least look at and listen to the comments below. I may put a poll down there, we'll see. But, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and fly back to base, or I guess, actually, no, we'll end up the episode up here, and then I can fly back to base, because this is probably going on an hour 15, hour 20. Or even longer. Funny enough. Alright, let's end it off inside. So, thanks guys. It's Mr. Poke Games here, or Poke. But I hope you guys enjoyed the next episode, episode 11 of our Valguero survival over here. And I'll see you guys in the next one.